It's Valentine's weekend, and bookstores are full of stories about feelings, love, friendship, kindness. And this week, I realized something. Emotions in children's books aren't just shown through facial expressions, they are in body language, in color, in whether you choose a bear or a kid as a character. I'm working on my first children's book right now, and this discovery changed how I approach the entire project. Okay, so here's where I am with my book. I just finalized the script, or at least I think I did. You know how it is, you read it one more time and suddenly you're questioning a line or realizing a page turn doesn't land the way you thought. But I'm calling it done for now, which means I'm moving into the next phase, color scripting. But before I could do that, I had to rethink a few illustrations. Because this week I learned something that changed how I see emotional storytelling in picture books. I used to think that showing emotion was mostly about facial expressions, sad, happy, or scared face, and then you call it done. But when I started studying how professional illustrators actually do this, especially in books about feelings, I realized it's way more layered than that. Emotions aren't just in the face, they are in the whole body. Kids don't read facial expressions first, they read posture, tension, and movement, and the environment finishes the feeling. This is one of the reasons I love creating illustrations. My work is the first thing a reader or listener sees. It helps them feel something, connect with the story, and understand it more deeply. So while I was looking through these books this week, I noticed something. Professional illustrators don't just use facial expressions to convey emotions. They use body language, color, background to tell their story and express their feelings. The whole spread becomes an unlimited canvas for emotion. The other thing I noticed this week, the choice between animal characters and human characters isn't random, it's intentional. Some books use animals to create emotional distance so kids can process big feelings without it feeling too direct or overwhelming. The character is a bear or a rabbit, so the sadness or fear feels safer to explore. Other books use human kids because they want the reader to see themselves, to say, this is you, this could be your story. But here's what surprised me. Drawing emotions on animal faces is hard, like way harder than I expected. So I grabbed this expression reference guide and decided to test it. I drew the same emotion, let's say worry, on three different characters, a kid, a bear, and an insect. The kid, pretty straightforward. Furrowed brow, tight mouth, tense shoulders. The bear, harder. Bears don't have expressive eyebrows, so you have to use eyes, the tilt of the head, the ears. It's more subtle. The insect, near impossible. You're working without almost no facial features, so the body language and the context around them have to do all the work. This is making me rethink how I approach my characters. If I choose an animal, I need to lean way more into body language and setting to communicate emotion. And honestly, that's exciting. It's a creative challenge I didn't expect. Script finalized, characters designed, the story structure solid. What's next? Color scripting. I need to figure out the emotional arc of the book through color. What palette reflects the mood? Where do I use warm tones to create comfort? Where do I use cool tones to build tension? And then I need to go back and resketch a few scenes because now that I understand how body language and surroundings communicate emotion, some of my earlier drafts feel flat and I can do better. Creating a children's book is slower than I thought it would be. Not because it's hard, well, it's kind of hard, but because every decision matters. Every character choice, every color, every emotion, and I'm realizing that's what makes it worth doing. Because kids deserve stories that are thought throughout, that they feel is true, that make them feel something deeply. That's what I'm working towards too, and I'm bringing you along for the whole ride. So that's this week. I finalized my script. I learned that emotions live in the whole body, not just in the face, and discovered how much harder it is to show feelings through animals than I ever expected. Next week, color theory, choosing a palette, bringing this book to life visually. If you are creating something, whether it's a book, art, or just exploring your creativity, I would love to hear about it. Drop a comment and tell me what you're working on. And if you want to follow along as I finish this book, subscribe. I'm posting every week, and I would love to have you here for the journey. Thank you for watching. See you next week.